Call to order the regular meeting for the council meeting for the corporation of the township of Brudenell, Lyndoch and Raglan this third day of June 2026 at 7:04 p.m. As we gather this evening, I would like to acknowledge on behalf of this council and our community that we are meeting on the traditional territory of the Algonquin people. We would like to thank the Algonquin people and express our respect and support for their rich history. We are extremely grateful for their many and continued displays of friendship. We also thank all the generations of people who have taken care of this land for thousands of years. Roll call, Councillor Banks.
Yes.
Councillor Caulfield.
Here.
Councillor Keller.
Here.
Councillor Quad.
Present.
We have a resolution to adopt the agenda that we, the council for the corporation of the township of Brudenell, Lyndoch and Raglan, adopt the agenda as submitted. Could I get a mover for that, please? Moved by Councillor Banks, seconded by Councillor Keller. Any comments, questions, concerns?
No.
Call for the vote. All those in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? None. The motion is carried. Is there any disclosure of pecuniary interest with anything on the agenda tonight for anyone?
Not on my.
No. No.
Okay. There's address. I attended the regular county council meetings and we have one scheduled for Monday at 12:30 to talk about the furtherment of the Highway 17 corridor. So it looks like that's beginning to move. So I guess we'll kind of find out what the timetable is. And I know the bids are out, but I'm sure it'll take a while for them to put those together. So I'm not sure when the deadline is, but we'll have more information on that. The clerk's report.
And through the mayor, just a couple things. We would, staff would like to get council's a few dates for scheduling a special meeting to get updates from the county for the proposed zoning bylaw.
Okay. So do you have any dates?
I do not.
So this is for,
From our last public meeting.
yeah. When does it suit council?
I'm fairly flexible. So am I at this point.
So am I, but I
Yeah.
usually leave Wednesdays open
Yeah.
for stuff like that.
Yeah.
Wednesdays is fine with me.
Fine with me.
Maybe see if the 17th or the 24th works for the county.
Not the 24th for me.
Okay. 17th.
17th would be okay.
17th of June.
Yeah.
See.
We will reach out with the county and see if that date works for them, and if it does, I will send out a reminder for council.
Okay.
Next item, our next regular council meeting falls on the 1st of July, just Canada Day, so can we reschedule that meeting
Or have to. Just the next Wednesday.
next
Or do we
Wednesday?
want to take a break for July? County does.
Can we?
I don't know if we can.
Yeah, it's not in our bylaw.
Well, yeah, we've got a bunch of bylaws to come back, and with
Yeah.
the time we have left, maybe we should work those through, make sure we get it done.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next week, the 8th.
July 8th,
Yeah.
Yep.
our next regular scheduled council meeting will be July 8th. And the seniors award will be presented at the seniors lunch on June 30th. Selk has asked how many, if any, members of council will be in attendance for that day,
When is it?
June 30th.
That's on the what? Tuesday, right?
On a
Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah.
I can be.
Okay.
What time of the day is it?
Lunch.
Yeah.
They wouldn't work.
I can be there.
So
We'll be presenting the award.
Am I? Did somebody write something?
We will cover you.
Okay. Nobody told me I was presenting.
But
Okay,
and I could too.
okay,
Okay.
we will let them know. Thank you.
And that story is June 30th.
Yeah, I'd like to.
We'll email you all the details.
All right.
Okay.
As long as we get the reminder,
If it doesn't work out for me, then I know Kevin's gonna be there and
I just have to share a lot.
I think South needs to know for meal.
Yeah.
For meal members.
Mhm.
Okay. So we'll move on to delegations. We have Michelle Gagnon from the Renfrew County Community Futures Development Corporation. And I believe she's going to be joining us by Zoom.
Hi.
Hello,
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I still can't see you. We're just getting you. Is she up at the top? See there.
My camera is on. I do
There
see
you
myself.
We can see
Okay.
you now.
Okay,
Welcome,
great.
welcome to our meeting.
Yes, thank you. It's my pleasure. And thank you for inviting me here tonight to present our CCFC's services. I believe that our presentation is going to be projected, or would I be sharing my screen?
Share your screen, please.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. Okay, just give me a sec here to get my notes in the right place. And
coming for me.
no, no, okay, hold on.
It'll come up.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, I
gonna
know,
come
but I
up.
mean, all of it.
Oh,
Do you see it?
yes, we can. There we go.
All right. Okay, we're ready to roll then.
Mhm.
All right, as I'm Michelle Gagnon, I am the Community Development and Communications Officer at Renfrew County Community Futures Development Corporation, and I'm going to present our services to you tonight. For those of you who might not be very familiar with our program, we are part of the Community Futures Program, which is funded by the Government of Canada through the Regional Development Agencies. In Southern Ontario, we're funded by FedDev, and we're part of a network of 267 community futures across Canada, and there are 60 within Ontario. And each CF is its own individually incorporated nonprofit organization. And we have been serving Renfrew County for 40 years as of this year. Our services include it's a program to design to support businesses, community-based development and employment, and we focus on three main objectives: to support community development projects, to maintain sustainable loan program, and to offer business counseling, coaching, workshops, and seminars. And one of the primary things that we do is offer small to medium-sized business financing, and we have financing up to $300,000 available. Clients are always encouraged to seek traditional sources of financing, but as we know, those are not always available, especially if you're a startup or It can be sometimes hard to get one of those traditional loans, and or those loans might not meet the particular needs of the business. So that's where we come in, and we are able to take a higher risk, and we help finance all types of viable business ventures, from startups, expansions, equipment purchases, working capital, and anything that you can think of that is would be viable for the business. And the decisions are not made in a head office, in Toronto. They're made locally by a volunteer board of directors of people from our community. And they all have a diverse background and skill set. And we do aftercare as well. Locally, we follow our clients throughout their business journey, offering them support. We know the local economy and the impact that our decisions have on our local communities. So we offer tailor-made solutions with flexible repayment terms and flexible security requirements. So our applications are assessed on various criteria, including the impact on the local economy, local employment, the business climate in the community, just to name a few. And we offer tailor-made solutions. Some of these include things like our CIP matching loan, which was recently increased to $20,000, or our Starter Company Plus matching loans that we provide to graduates from the Starter Company Plus program offered by Enterprise Rent County. And recently we had a program called Can Trade, which closed back in March, but that was to help us respond to the local needs caused by tariff uncertainties. And we work along many community partners to assist with the creation of community economic development plans, support value-added projects, and foster expansion into new sectors. We offer a big picture view of the health of our businesses, and we can assist with BRNE projects, strategic planning, and other initiatives. Some examples of projects that we've undertaken or assisted over the years include the Ottawa River Heritage Designation, Selling Food in Ontario workshops, feasibility for the new Algonquin campus, just to name a few. More recently, we had a very popular series of, we had the Funders Forum back in March, and we had over 100 people sign up and participate in that to hear from federal, provincial, and local funders. And we're a small team. There are 4 of us, but we're able to offer in-depth counseling and tailored support that meets the needs of our businesses. And we work with many partners to offer trainings, workshops, and seminars as well. And if we don't know the answer to your question, we can find somebody who does. So we also do referrals for our businesses to other resources across the county. And this is our contact information. I encourage anybody with any questions that I cannot answer today, feel free to reach out or pass along this information to businesses that you know that may benefit from our services. And also another great way to keep in touch with what we're doing and programs, funding, and other resources is to subscribe to our newsletter. We send out a newsletter once a month with training opportunities, grants, funding opportunities, any information that is relevant to businesses that we can find and think will be useful, we include in our newsletter. It's available in English and in French. And that's a wrap on my presentation.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Does anyone from council have any questions or?
No. Not for myself, no. Not at this time.
Okay, I noticed you said that you encourage people to go and try and get a traditional loan first. If they get a loan from you, what is the interest rate compared um from you versus the traditional?
It, it depends on the risk of the portfolio that's taken on. We do prime plus 2%, but that is not always the case. It depends on, it's a case by case kind of thing. And sometimes people get better interest rates through a bank and they go with a traditional bank, and that's fine. But sometimes we can offer a better interest rate. It all depends on um, the client specific situation.
Okay, thanks. So it's worth them checking both you and the banks.
Yeah, we always encourage people to shop around and see what's available to them everywhere. But we are, what makes us unique is that we're not a bank. So we can be a little bit more flexible. Well, we are, we are a lot more flexible in what we finance, and also just working with the client, like um, if they need to defer a payment or whatever that might be, we're more flexible in that area as well.
So is this just for startup business, or is it for, could it be for a business expansion or?
Yeah, absolutely. I find a lot of people think we just do startups, but not at all. We work with businesses at any stage of their development.
Okay,
But it can be useful for startups because it is sometimes more difficult to find financing
yeah.
for startup. Yeah.
Plus they'd have the help of getting their business plan and all of that, passing it by.
Yeah, we work, yeah, exactly. And we work very closely with Enterprise Renfrew County as well. We kind of refer clients back and forth between us. Like Enterprise Renfrew County will help clients get their business plan up and going, and then when it's time to finance, they come towards us. Um, we also, like I said, we do free counseling services, so advisory services for business owners. I do advisory on marketing um, and communication stuff, and my colleague, the business development officer, Megan Sutherland, does advisory on, the financial stuff and business development stuff.
So is it fair to say that the higher the risk, the higher the prime? The prime plus?
I would, I am not the one who processes the loans, but I would venture to say that, yeah, that's probably the case.
And the high risk would be considered additional money that the bank wouldn't loan you, right? That would be considered high risk from your organization?
Sorry, you cut off a little bit there. I guess my internet
Yeah, what I
glitched.
was saying was, the risk level would be high on money that you would consider loaning a business that the bank wouldn't loan. Like, as an example, say the bank loaned my business 200,000, that's the maximum the bank would loan me, but I was looking for another 100,000, you'd consider that high risk? And then it would be case by case.
I think for like an individual case like that, it would be best to reach out. But I think everything is really done by a case, like on a case by case basis. Um, our business development officer takes all the information and then presents it to our board of directors, and the board then makes the decision and uses a rubric to decide the interest rate.
Well, the board decides the interest rate?
I believe so. Like, I don't want to, I'm not, I deal with a different part of this whole process, and I'm, sort of new to the team. But yeah, the board that makes the decisions on what goes forward and what,
Oh, thank you.
How many loans would you process in a year in Renfrew County?
Um,
Roughly.
it really depends on the year. Let me give me a second here. Let me just pull up something for this year. Oh no, I don't have this here. Oh wait, I do. I do. How many loans did we do? Yeah, it really goes on. We did 23 loans this year.
23 already this year?
Sorry, last year. So
Last-
last fiscal. I'm just looking at last year's reporting.
Yeah.
So we did 23 last year, and the loans invested last year were just under 2.5 million.
Wow,
137 jobs created. So
good.
yeah.
Are all of the loans amortized over 15 years?
No, I don't. I'm not sure about the amortization, but I think yeah, that again is a question for my colleague Megan. But
Well, that's very interesting. So anybody in our municipality that's thinking of starting a small business, or maybe has a small business and is looking at expanding, if they could make application to you.
yeah, absolutely, it's worth a conversation for sure.
Okay.
For them to reach out. Yeah,
Good.
yeah, and even they don't also. Another point that could be made is you know, a business doesn't have to be a loan client to receive supports from us in terms of our advisory services.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they get counseling on setting up a business and
Yeah.
doing business plan and that. Okay.
Yeah, even if, you know, somebody has an idea for business and they're not, you know, they want to kind of brainstorm about it or present their idea to somebody and like have a discussion, that's something we can do too. But yeah, they don't need to be a loan client to get our services.
Good.
Yeah, there's lots of good info on your website, so I was kind of surfing around while we're chatting, and the site does offer good resources.
Yeah, we're also in the process of updating the website a bit, and we're going to have like a resource library on there, hopefully soon, with a lot more resources to share. And there is a page too with all of our different like financing and funding programs that you can find there. And the application is online, so people can just go ahead online and send in an application, or it's always best to have a discussion first though, and to give us a call or an email to.
Okay. Anyone else have any questions or comments?
Nope.
Okay. Thank you very much,
Thank
Michelle.
you.
And
Thank you.
it was very informative.
Great. It was a pleasure, and have a nice evening, everyone.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, we have minutes from our previous meetings. We have a resolution that we, the council for the corporation of the Township of Brudenell, Lyndoch and Raglan, hereby adopt the minutes of the public and regular council meeting of May 6, 2026, and special council meeting of May 13th, 2026, as presented. Could I get a mover for that, please? Moved by Councillor Covell, seconded by Councillor Quad. Any comments, questions? I'll call for the vote then. All those in favor? Opposed? None. The motion is carried. Okay, we move on to committee and staff reports. We have a bylaw enforcement staff report with a resolution that council for the corporation of the Township of Brudenell, Lyndoch and Raglan directs staff to bring forth draft bylaws for the keeping and control of dogs bylaw, livestock bylaw, and parking bylaw to the next regular meeting of council. Could I get a mover for that, please?
Mhm.
Moved by Councillor Keller, seconded by Councillor Quad. And I believe we have a staff report on that.
Yes, we do, through the mayor. So now that we have contract for a bylaw enforcement officer, the next step is to get some bylaws for enforcement. So I've reached out to the enforcer for some drafts, and these are 3 that he has sent, and I just want to get council's direction, if they so wish, to start with these 3. Or if there's other ones that they were interested in pursuing as well.
I think this would be a great start, and it's,
Yep.
you know, like,
I think it covers over some of the issues we've had this term.
yes.
So, yeah.
And it's a lot of work to get them up and running. I don't think you want to have a whole pile of them dumped at once.
I figured 3 was a reasonable workload to start with.
And the dog bylaw is important because we've had numerous and numerous issues and complaints, so.
Now, one thing with the dog bylaw, it does refer to impoundments, so that's something that council will have to think about or try and figure out, because we don't have any affiliation with any pounds right now, so
Does
we'll have
the
to look
bylaw,
into that.
does the bylaw enforcement officer have any connection?
I
with
believe
the
they have
town?
contract with a different municipality. But I don't know if that's in a reasonable distance to us. Again, we'll have to research that a little bit more.
Okay. Okay, so maybe you can get that information too. Okay. And the livestock bylaw would be good because we've had issues with that.
It's a direct right out of the Pounds Act. It's a
Yeah,
pretty simple one.
yeah, and we'd have to have town keepers then.
We'll have to look at the bylaw to figure out exactly.
Yeah, because if you do a livestock bylaw under the Pounds Act, if you have livestock running at large, someone will pick them up and keep them until they can go back to where they were safely. So that's just under our appointment bylaw where we appoint fence viewers and that you appoint town keepers.
Okay.
Yeah. And parking, it's not something we've had a great problem with. But if you do,
I think we run into the occasional issue maybe in the winter time with plowing.
yes,
Our current parking bylaw really only specifies one particular area, so this would encompass the whole township.
yeah. Yeah, because if you do run into a problem, how do you deal with it? Where
Right.
if you have the bylaw and it's a repeat problem, you have a way to deal with it that's gonna get it corrected. Okay. Any other comments or questions from council?
Nope.
So then we would be doing dog tags again?
The draft that I have does not refer to needing dog tags.
What's council's feeling on that?
I kind of think that's kind of a next level, and then it creates a lot of extra burden for staff.
Well,
I mean, the running at large is one thing,
yeah,
but the whole licensing system is another.
Mhm.
and
Think it'd be that much problem, Tammy, if we had licenses for the dog?
I
Only thing I could think of is you call the owner first. You know, or if you had a tag with its number on it, phone number on it.
And realistically, people can have dogs with tags and numbers on it now without a licensing. I do agree with Councillor Keller that it would increase the workload in the office
much,
regarding the tags.
You know,
The draft bylaw that I have, it does not address needing tags, but it does cover all the issues that we have seen within our township.
Yeah.
Mhm.
and I think most people now that have a pet have an identity.
Most of the dogs now are chipped.
Like,
Chipped.
yeah, my dog is Tip,
Yeah.
but she also has a tag with my phone number and Roger's phone
Yeah.
number on.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what's the purpose of having a tag then? You know, and it's not because I don't want to buy one. If we had them, I would buy it. It's no big deal. But again, if you're going to sell tags, you should get into having spayed and neutered dogs at a cheaper rate, and that involves certificates and then
Yeah.
people can't find their certificate. And well, I gave it to you last year. Well, you can't keep all those. So it's another whole job out there that's really time consuming.
Mhm.
Look, you can start out, like you mentioned, and if it has to change,
If it
that's.
has to change,
can change.
exactly, yeah.
It can, I mean,
Yeah.
someone
Start
should,
out the way you mentioned and.
Yeah.
Yeah. You did.
but is it going to deal with kennels?
It does address kennels in the bylaw, but that's where we need further discussion when I bring the draft to you to
Right.
give you your options.
Because I think we should have a provision for a kennel to be able to stop having so many dogs.
Just,
Because we've had 2 bad incidents of that.
yeah, it's just, yeah, it's incidents of known kennels that kind of operate illegally that.
Yeah,
You kind of have to watch, so.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that if someone did and we weren't aware of it, once you find out about it, you have the bylaw to back
That's
you
right.
up.
Yeah,
I don't think we want to be in the position to license a kennel,
no.
but we should have some reference to
Reference.
it.
Yeah.
The guidelines should be there.
Yeah. Okay. Any other comments or questions for
Nope.
council?
Good though.
Okay, I'll call for the vote on the motion. All those in favor?
Yes,
Opposed? None. The motion is carried. We have another resolution for the Joint Compliance Audit Committee. That council for the corporation of the township of Brunel, Lindock and Raglan accept the Joint Compliance Audit Committee report this information. So has everybody had,
I need a mover.
oh, can I get someone to move that?
I can move.
Moved by Councillor Color, seconded by Councillor Copwell. Everybody's had a chance to look at that. And the deputy clerk has a report.
Yeah, so the Joint Compliance Audit Committee for the 2026 elections will include Madawaska Valley, Cooley, Haggerty, Richards, Brunel, Lindock and Raglan, North Algona, Wilberforce, and South Algonquin. The advertisings went out and the deadline for applications was Friday, May 8th. There were no applications received. So the committee met and each municipality will reach out and appoint a representative. So that's what we are in the process of doing for our BLR portion of it. And the timeline to confirm the representatives, excuse me, is the end of June. So we can pass a bylaw before September. So just an update.
Okay. Any comments or questions? Okay, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Yes.
yes.
Opposed? None. The motion is carried. Okay. And we have correspondence. A resolution that we, the council for the corporation of the township of Brunel, Lindock and Raglan hereby accept the correspondence as circulated. Could I get a mover for that, please? Moved by Councillor Copwell, seconded by Councillor Banks. So everybody's had a chance to look at that. Is there any correspondence there that people would like?
10-4 and maybe 10-9.
Yeah, 10-9 for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was thinking of 10-7. Was it 10-7 for the MPAC?
No, MPAC is no,
10-2.
10-2 is for,
10-2?
yeah, it's the Eastern
Yeah,
Ontario
okay.
Wards Caucus. Yeah, that one we definitely need to support.
Yeah.
So 10-2
Yeah,
and 10,
10-9.
I would like to support 10-6.
Yeah.
you had 2, Kevin? Which 2 did you have?
10-4.
Yeah.
Integrated living and participation. Model for adults with developmental disabilities.
10-6, the empties. I see where the beer store is advertising for people to receive empties. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like anybody could apply.
Yeah.
And I guess you'd go through the process and you could be approved.
Well, it'd be like the hardware store down in Kittiloo.
Yeah,
She takes empties, because right now you get all these big stores that sell alcohol, but they don't,
Take the.
they're not,
yeah,
Taking them
they
back.
don't have to take empties.
Yeah,
yeah.
And that's-
LCBO themselves don't have to take empties, and now that they've closed all the beer stores,
yeah,
it's
Where do you
falling
take
on all of us small guys that have to take empties.
yeah.
Yeah. How often do they pick them up from you?
Well, they usually pick them up if you make an order. If
Okay.
you actually ask them to come in to pick up empties, you're paying delivery for them to come and get them. Like Cumbermere store, like Sandra up there, like she gets a pile of empties.
Yeah,
Yeah, where was, in the Valley Gazette, was it, where she had an article?
Yeah, and I think this is where this one here.
Or maybe it was on here,
But she has people from the city bringing their empties, coming up to their cottages,
Yeah.
bringing her the empties from the.
yeah, I could
Okay.
see that. Okay, anything else?
What do you think?
10-9, he said, yeah, 10-9.
So you tell them the list there, Tammy.
So if the mover and seconder are in favor,
So what about add one more, maybe 10-1? Or simply the province wants to simply appoint a warden?
Oh, yeah, that's right too.
I mean, it really takes away the democratic process of your county councilor.
It sure does.
I haven't
Uh,
heard anything about that before,
Yeah,
Has it, what county, no?
not that I've heard of, no.
So 10-1, 10-2, 10-4, 10-6, 10-9.
Mhm.
there's actually a lot of very good ones.
Mhm.
Yeah,
This round there is.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
or the mover and seconder in favor of a friendly amendment to bring those back to the next regular meeting of council?
yeah, okay. I'll call for the vote then, all those in favor?
yes.
Opposed, none, the motion is carried. Go on to 11, new business. Okay, this social media policy, we have a resolution that we, the council for the corporation of the township of Brudenell, Lyndoch and Raglan hereby adopt the social media policy 2026 as presented. And we have a staff report. No, we don't have a staff report. We have the policy. This was discussed at our last council meeting.
Mhm.
So I'm sure everybody has read this. And any comments or questions
I
on
need a
it?
mover and seconder.
I'll need a mover and seconder before we do that. Moved by Councillor Capel, seconded by Councillor Banks. Any comments or questions on it?
No,
No, they get it short and sweet, and it gives clear.
Yeah.
Clear direction and.
So one of the examples we had last time was so long. I
Yeah.
thought it's just confusing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
yes.
Opposed, and then the motion is carried. We have a draft waste management bylaw resolution that the Council of Corporation of the Township of Brudenell, Lyndoch and Raglan accept this report as information and direct staff to bring the bylaw back to the next regular meeting of council. Could I get a mover for that, please? Moved by Councillor Keller, seconded by Councillor Banks. So the staff report,
Thank you through the mayor. So I have attached the draft bylaw. Using our old bylaw as the main template for it. The only changes are the legislative changes, so not being allowed to charge for tires, for example. And the schedule of fees is updated as per council's direction when we brought the comparisons. And the other thing that's added obviously is the new blue box regulations to reference Ontario Regulation 391/21 blue box. I did include on the staff report as requested by council, what previous years income and expenses were for our waste sites. It is not legislative requirement to have a public meeting for changing the fees of the waste site. It is not required. If council still wishes to do so, then we can set a meeting for that. But that's up to council's direction.
I was looking at the cost of operating the sites and what we collected. But this year, our cost of operation won't be near as high with us not having to pay for the disposal of the recycling, right?
This does not include recycling expenses.
Oh, it's just waste. Okay,
Just waste.
well, that's not a good seed.
Yeah, there's quite a difference in operating them.
Yeah.
What we simply pull in for tipping fees, right, to offset the cost for residents, but
So we're,
it's not a difference that would ever break even. I mean, you'd never afford
No.
fees to do otherwise. So.
so then there,
At the same time, I guess now that the recycling option of even bag to bag thing is a window and you simply have to pay for every bag of garbage. I would almost expect possibly those bag tag sales to go up, but probably not by much because at the same time you're able to recycle more. So
yeah,
Correct. Our bag tag sales are minimal weekly because of the free bag of recycling. So I expect to see quite a rise on that.
oh, okay.
well, I know my household garbage is cut in half
Yeah.
since all the new recycling.
I would say more than half, even for me, you're more frequently emptying the recycling side than the garbage for a regular house. It's just, yeah. Yeah, and it almost should make it easier for the waste site attendant. At least he doesn't have to be washing his if, okay, he had one bag of recyclables, two bags of garbage, and then he simply has to look for one tag.
Yeah,
At least now all bags have to have a tag, so.
if we go with this, I would like to see it come effective after our final tax billing, so we can give notice in the tax bills instead of people showing up at the dump. Well,
Yeah.
nobody told me.
Yeah,
Well, how do you tell everybody?
So would council be in favor of notice going on our tax insert in the final billing?
Yes.
With an effective date of September 1st?
Yes,
that would be a good idea.
I think that would be good.
Yeah.
And what about the public meeting? Does council want to do one or not? It's not legislative requirement.
It's not, you're not gonna get that many people in a
No,
public
no.
meeting.
No.
You'll get like maybe
Yeah.
50, 75 people, but that's just a drop in the bucket of the people that the users of the sites. That's why I think it should go on the tax bill.
Yeah.
Get better distribution of information.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the bag tags, then would you sell them in sheets? How do you sell those?
We sell them individually. They come in books, so you can buy a book of 50 if you want, or you can buy 10 or 13, like you can buy whatever you want.
So can you get a book of 10? No.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, cause I think that would be the easiest.
Yeah.
They can buy, residents can buy it in any quantity they want.
Okay. And are we still going with the clear bag thing? I see no purpose in that, to be honest with you, because I have a big garbage can, I go to once a week. And I take my big white bag out of my garbage can, it's a 45-liter bag. And put that into a clear plastic bag to take to the dump. Here's this other big clear plastic bag going into the dump that doesn't have to do.
True. On the other hand, to minimize the excess waste in our landfill, if our waste site attendant can identify recyclings in a garbage bag to be put into the recycling container, he can't see that in a black bag.
And if he does see it, what's he gonna do?
He can refuse it or have them sort it before it gets disposed of.
And that was the whole purpose having it clear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
That was purpose right.
But we have almost double the bags going into the waste side. Because
No, because the garbage bags are still going to the recycling. The clear bags,
no, mine goes into the garbage, into the
it
waste
should go
bin.
into the recycling.
The clear
Yes.
waste,
Yes,
well, it's not.
well, now you know.
So. Okay,
All plastic bags are recyclable.
Yeah,
but you don't take, like I have a baggie in my can. You don't dump that one and put that bag into the recycling.
No, that would go into the household waste as well.
Okay. Okay, I still think it's a crazy idea. Because once people start paying for what goes into the waste, they're not gonna be putting their recycling in there.
never say never.
No, I know, but it's, yeah. Okay. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. Tires still have to be off the roads, and
Pardon?
well, they don't have to be off the roads.
No.
I was wondering, I didn't see that within the
Yeah.
bylaw, and I knew before they did.
And even if they're on a rim, there's no fee.
Okay.
No, because the steel is. So would people be able to buy ties at the waste site?
Yep.
Okay, because that could be an issue for people that work during the week.
And residents can also still just pay cash at the waste site
Yeah,
if they have the right amount.
yeah,
They can put it in the Dropbox.
okay. Okay, so that sounds, okay, that's. Okay, any other questions or comments? Okay, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Yes,
Opposed, none, the motion is carried. Now we go to the letter of support from our last meeting for Ontario Regulation 391/21 Blue Box Resolution. Be it resolved that the Council for the Corporation of the Township of Brunel, Lindock and Raglan support the municipality of Blue Water, Ontario Regulation 391/21 Blue Box as attached, and further that this resolution be forwarded to the Premier of Ontario, the Minister of Environment, Conservation and Parks, Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing, Minister of Rural Affairs, Reverend Nishpasing Pembroke MPP, and all municipalities in Ontario. Can I get a mover for that, please? Moved by Councillor Banks, seconded by Councillor Quad. Any comments or questions? All those in favor?
yes,
Opposed? None, the motion is carried. We have a letter of support, community safety well-being plan. Be it resolved that the Council of the Corporation of the Township of Brunel, Lindock and Raglan support the regional municipality of Waterloo regarding the changes to the community safety well-being plan as attached. And further that this resolution be forwarded to the Canadian municipalities, the Association of Municipalities, and all municipalities in Ontario. Could I get a mover for that, please? Moved by Councillor Quad, seconded by Councillor Banks. Any comments or questions?
no,
All those in favor?
yes,
Opposed, none, the motion is carried. Request Homestead Road. And there's a letter of request there and the maps, and there was a site visit from council, so what is council's opinion on this?
Could, we bring up the map too? Just for something for council to reference.
The first is fine.
Yeah,
Well, this is where it starts, I guess. Gordon did take us down.
So that top piece is the one where the road allowance leads to water.
plus it's on the concession. I know I wouldn't be in favor of passing over that
I wouldn't either.
or in the deal.
I would be in favor of closing any road allowance that leads to water.
Yeah,
I know councils have done it in the past, but I don't think that should be done.
I agree.
Cause you're cutting off access for the future.
Mm-hmm.
So then,
so as you go down, so 14, 13 there, those little parts, were those right along the water or were they in the bush? I can't remember.
So through the mayor, parts 13 and 14 were on the opposite side of the road
Right.
where our road currently veers off of the shoreline road allowance. So those pieces were just to tidy up the proper ownership of those
of the
of
road,
the road. Yeah.
okay, so 13 and 14.
Yeah, and then there.
And what's the one of
And 12 would be included as well.
12 too?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's correct. 12 is included with that as well.
yeah,
And then. Is that 8 way over as well would be part of that tidy up?
down.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Yes.
So then part.
Yes, part 8 is part of that tidy up as well. And if we go up just a little bit on the mapping, part 11 is actually a tidy up as well. So right now,
Part 11?
yes, the road currently comes off of the shoreline road
Yeah.
allowance there in that area. So this is again just a tidy up piece
And then part 9 is the shoreline road allowance that they want
that they would
to
like.
go back to them.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is,
Well, actually, you should go back to part 11 because that's where the road diversion is.
This
Yeah.
map doesn't show the new
Yeah, no.
road diversion, but that is also part of it.
Yeah,
I have it.
yeah.
and part 7 then will be road.
So the part 7 again is already existing road.
Okay.
In exchange for part 5 is what they were hoping to do there. They
Yeah.
do have a cottage already on part 6. So basically they're looking for the shoreline road allowance ahead of their property at the cottage. And give us part 7 just as a tidy up.
So what's the little part 4 pulled out there with that?
There's a number of cables that come across. So I believe the power line comes across there.
So it's a hydro right away?
Feeds across the river. Yeah.
The hydro
So
right away.
that is all part of it as well.
Okay,
That could be existing. I'm not 100%.
well, that's to deal with them in hydro, not us.
But they want the shoreline road allowance all along that piece there. Number 2, 3, 4, 5.
So part 5 is yes, they would like that. That's ahead of the cottage in exchange for part 7. And if we scroll back up, part 8 is just a tidy. This whole thing is going to change again as the road.
Yeah.
You'll see in your package on the next attachment.
On the first map.
Yes.
So there's the
So you can
road
see
diversion there.
part 12 as the road diversion.
Okay,
So part 11 would be obsolete, and that whole corner would become one parcel of land then, and they would like the
They
part
want-
10, I believe it is, shoreline to be included with that.
Oh, so they want that.
All the
That whole,
Breakdown for the diversion would.
Yes,
you can see where, no, not to the diversion,
yes, it is. I read that in there.
yes, sorry.
Yeah, it would be.
is included.
yeah.
Yes. So from diversion to diversion.
Yeah.
Everything in between, that would be all one parcel.
Okay. Well, I mean, as long as we have title to the road and it's in a good location, you know, I don't see a problem with that, but not closing the piece that leads to water.
So you're okay with giving away all the shoreline there?
In front of their property.
No, this is a lot more than in front of the property.
Oh, okay, were the little tidbits of,
So
you're
each,
talking,
at each end, so their property is
From diversion to diversion, all.
right
the way
from
around.
there to there is,
All the way around.
They wanted to.
oh, but they have, that isn't surveyed though, that's road, right? Now? Where's the road now?
That's
The road now is on part 11.
Right, that's right.
Right there, yeah.
And it goes up,
That's the existing road.
and it goes up on the shoreline then along the river?
It meets back to the shoreline on both ends, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
So
so
when
that's
he-
different, yeah.
when they
that's-
changed the road to that new road, is
Yes.
what he wants to do. He also wants
All-
the shoreline all the way to those.
Okay,
That's the point.
well, you guys were there, what was your thought when you were looking at it on land?
Well, I'm not for giving away the shoreline, so that's my opinion.
Okay,
Not all of it from point to point, no.
Not even where the cottages are?
Where the cottages, that's a little different discussion.
yeah,
What they're asking for.
in
up
front there,
Yeah.
In front of the cottage, like our existing road, see where our existing road is right now,
yeah,
Yeah,
I could consider.
That
a
piece.
lease.
That there,
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
cause it's in front of their
But
property.
not-
yeah.
no. That's kind of where I was too, like, yeah.
And what about the other piece further down then?
Where the other cottages,
Yeah. Where they want 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's all in front of theirs also, is it, Jordan?
Yeah.
but part seven is already existing, right? That's the existing road.
That's
Yeah.
correct. Part 7 is existing, part 6 is in between the shoreline and their cottage. I believe their cottage is actually located on the shoreline on this one. So again, that would just would be a tidy up ordeal.
Yeah.
What if you considered the same practices you did on the last one? They get the piece just ahead of the
Yeah.
cottage.
That's would be in favor.
Do from the road to the road,
Yeah,
like part 5. Or whatever, 2, 3, 4, 5 there, take it from this part of the road up to the other end of the
Mhm.
road.
yeah.
I mean, I can live with that
Yeah.
because it gives them a bit more of a
Yeah.
piece of land. But not just, yeah, the little pieces beside the road to the water.
No. Yeah.
That's how, yeah, that's how I'm.
Yeah.
Would it be acceptable if we took a highlighter tonight and we highlighted the areas that council are in favor of, so we know
I think that.
going back to
Yeah,
the applicant, what we are looking at?
okay.
Yeah, be a good idea.
So then can we go back up to the very top? Yeah.
I highlighted.
So what's the scoop on this one? They want all that shoreline along the road And that, what's that?
It's a piece of,
That's the piece of the root allowance, but what's the other piece there?
Currently, the road is off of the shoreline there,
Yeah,
and bypasses the neighboring property. They were wanting to just exchange again, I guess, for this strip on the opposite side of the road was an exchange for those two pieces. That was my understanding of why they were wanting that.
Mhm.
So I
when I read the letter, they wanted this here
yeah.
in
Yeah,
exchange for these blue spots on there to widen out the road there. But that's an open concession.
I don't think that we should deal with that one at all. That's my opinion.
It was good.
Mine also.
I would leave it this, just the way it is.
Yeah.
so both part
Because-
15 and 16 council's not interested in that.
No,
No,
definitely not the piece leading to water. But the other one, no, why?
Well, number 15 butts up against 16.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then from 16 on is King's Cottages. You know
Okay.
where that is, right? No?
Not really. I've been down in there, but who owns what? But I think it's the river. There's a lot of paddlers on the river. If they get into trouble and they gotta get off, at least there's a shoreline.
well, the easy access to the river is becoming limited. That's the only
Yeah,
access stuff that we've just left.
yeah.
It's easy to get to.
And then I guess the other part of that letter was, what does the township want to contribute financially?
Mhm. Yes, I read that.
Contribute to what?
Well,
To the.
if you look at it, they're receiving a whole lot more land than the municipality is. I think, right?
You didn't ask for survey, did you?
no.
No.
I
No.
think the individual
Yeah.
took it on his own
Yeah.
behalf.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be in
Yeah.
favor of
If we did
sharing
that,
it, if we didn't ask for it. It's kind of a bit of a horse trading in regards to that may benefit both parties.
Yeah.
Um,
So everybody's feeling the same here, where they're not getting rid of this, but we're allowing the purchase of the shoreline. border
There.
allowance here
And
and
there,
here.
yeah,
Well, just in front of the thought.
Yeah.
It's just all-
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, here.
yeah. I think that's
That's-
there.
For me, that.
It's so much easier looking at it on paper than on.
Yeah,
Or-
yeah,
You know, I got this from Jordan that night and I taped it together and
Yeah,
you could read the letter and compare and.
yeah.
yeah.
So council is interested in the widening strip that our road already exists on from parts 15 and 16. So which includes part 14, 13, 12 and 8. So
By his letter, I don't know if he'll do that,
Well,
cause
that's our counter proposal.
Yeah.
For me,
I think that's kind of an exchange for that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
so we're looking at
Or we can just leave everything the way it is and we do that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
That's right.
That's really easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, this is what we've decided. This is,
What's gonna be?
well, that's what we want to see, right? So,
Mhm.
and if not, well,
Just leave it the way it is.
just leave it the way it is.
they're not interested in that.
Never know till they ask.
so we're going to ask for 8, 12, 13 and 14.
We're gonna ask for, That's our.
in
water.
exchange for part of part 9 and part of part 5. Is that correct?
So,
Yeah.
okay,
It's 9, that's, yeah.
In exchange, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll highlight.
So we're getting the road widened for an exchange for shoreline borderlands?
yeah.
Is that what you're
In front of
saying?
those cottages.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
And council is in agreement with part 12, which is the new piece, the new road.
Yeah.
Part 12?
Yeah, it's the new road.
No. I thought we were gonna leave it on 11.
Well, it's showing it's connecting part 12 basically almost to part 8 is where
I
the
mean, it doesn't really. If we're gonna keep the shoreline line and bother, okay,
That's right.
Okay.
just leave it the way it is.
Sure, okay.
And not worry about it because we have the existing
Yeah.
road there.
Yeah.
And we're not gonna give away the shoreline, just leave it the way it is and
True.
piece in front of it.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
otherwise then you're coming and then going
Yeah.
back.
So just leave it where it is.
Yeah.
Good.
So they have part 10 and then they're gonna get the part of the shoreline road allowance
Yeah.
from part 11 to part 11. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know it's not what he wants.
It's too bad.
It's just, yeah, it's just, I don't like giving up.
But-
shoreline.
we're here to
Represent
Make-
everybody.
represent everybody
Everybody.
and the future.
Yep.
So we have to have some forward thinking.
Mhm.
Because if that's the case, we'd end up with no access to water anywhere.
No. I don't wanna get rid of that.
Just in the
So the
past.
yellow is what we're giving them.
That's correct. The yellow I highlighted would be
Mhm.
pieces that we would go forward with. Council's willing to go forward with.
Well, the highlighted road part, that's the piece that they're gonna give to us. You
Yes,
highlighted
the upper,
road.
yes.
That's what we're giving to them.
We're giving
No.
them the shorelines.
Yeah.
Just the shoreline, that's all we're giving away.
Yeah.
Oh, so you give the yellow.
So
you
the
give
strip that our
yellow.
road currently is
So you're
sitting
gonna
on.
get what he's giving to us in orange.
Yeah.
Well, I can change that on my second copy here and
This is confusing.
pass it back.
Color.
Pass it back, he said, please.
Oh, I got a second one here. We're good.
That's it.
This is confusing when that's highlighted.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 4 widening of the road should be in a different one. Like in the past. You guys really don't have any issues like plowing. Yes, and.
No, we've never had an issue now.
No,
There's no new subdivisions going
no,
down.
but I mean, you know, where they couldn't get turned or something was too narrow.
No.
or-
Well, it's all flat.
Yeah, there's no hills. I was down there tonight, it's gusty.
Yes, that makes sense. The yellow we're giving to them and the orange he's giving to us, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Now, in your opinion, pricing wise, where he was gonna widen those and what shoreline road allowance cost is, it's not even or not. You know?
Yeah,
I think.
that he's given us this.
I don't
think-
know what
for
the
Right here.
exchange in acreage would be.
It's
But
about-
your shoreline's gonna be worth a lot more than
Yeah,
what the expansion of the road is.
A lot.
So maybe we should maybe look at this again, like.
It's worth a lot. You definitely is worth a lot.
yeah. And increasing the value of this land out,
Through the roof.
yeah. I think,
I mean, you can look at it a couple different ways. If he's going to cover the survey costs,
Yeah,
that's a value too, right? If this is going to increase property value, that could be a potential tax increase for our taxes, right? So it's a win.
It's time to take that into consideration when we really have to deal with it.
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
We really
So, I
have to
mean-
do nothing at all.
I would be.
why don't we just
I
let him
would-
purchase the short-term road allowance and leave everything as is?
Council's decision.
yeah.
What do you want staff to counter propose here with?
How do you come up with the number for purchasing the shoreline?
It's
It'd be $2 a
There's
foot,
a-
Yeah.
$5 now, okay, I'm still back. And the advertising and the bylaw preparation,
Lawyers fees,
huh,
lawyers fees.
lawyer's fees.
Yeah.
Where do I sign up?
I mean, we just had an incident where someone wanted to give us land for the road. And wanted us to pay, and we said no. So
Mhm.
why are we going to pay in this case?
Exactly.
On the weekend, say,
No,
We could waive the land purchase or the advertising or a portion of his costs to close the shoreline. Or,
I don't know why we paid anything.
no,
and if he doesn't want to give us that land, then so what? We have a road there.
for.
No, we just, if we.
Just do nothing, yeah.
That's
We don't
right.
give the shoreline away either.
This is our counter proposal.
Mhm. Yeah,
This
that's
is,
it.
this is where we stand. If we don't get
Yeah.
a positive response back.
Yeah,
Stays as is.
status quo and
Status
status
quo,
quo.
it'll stay
Yeah.
the same.
If he,
It's easy.
he wants the shoreline, he can apply.
That's right, exactly. You can approach it a different way and purchase it.
So what's council's decision here then?
Well, we highlighted what we,
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Agreed.
was just gonna say,
at no cost to us,
Yeah,
show them this is what we,
at no cost to
Yeah.
the township.
yeah,
that's right.
And if that doesn't work, then we can talk about whether we wanna sell the shoreline.
well, he could make application for it.
yeah.
Mhm.
Exactly. And then we decide at that point.
Okay, what are we doing here? I'm confused now.
I know, we talked around and around.
So I think what we're doing is we're sending this to him as we've discussed.
Yeah,
And
We
what is
can
that,
ask.
that we're
That we're.
we're in favor of widening the road?
Well,
We're-
it's
we're-
more or less, we're gonna be given the road as part 14, 13, 12 as proposed. But in return, all we're offering back is the shoreline road allowance in front of the cottages.
At no cost to the municipality.
It's still his cost.
We're in agreement to receive the parts outlined in orange. And we're in agreement to give him the parts in yellow, but at no cost to the municipality.
Yeah.
So he can decide what he wants to do.
Okay.
Because,
Yeah, I'm
If-
okay with that, it can't cost us money.
No,
yeah,
that's right. So,
okay. Okay,
You want a motion for that? Resolution?
I guess we should.
Yeah.
Can't really.
Gordon, can you read out the parts that we would be receiving?
We would receive part 8, 12, 13, and 14. In exchange for part 5 and 9.
Not in exchange. Exchange means you're
Trading.
trading. We're not trading.
Was that not council discussion?
Council's
You
decision
would
is
go
that
8, 12, 13, 14, which is his property,
we will receive
Yeah,
it
we
at
would
no
receive
cost
it
to us.
at no cost. In
And we will
return,
transfer the other
We would
two
transfer
at no
part-
cost to us. So he would have to do a shoreline road allowance to get them. But we would be in agreement to do it. Is that what we decided?
Were we,
So we're giving up, okay, that's where I'm confused. Are we giving up the shoreline road allowance? Around
No.
College?
But she's saying, there's no cost to us when he gives us this and we give him this here. He's gonna be paying for it. Right?
But he's gonna own the shoreline road allowance.
Yeah,
He's gonna have to apply
he's gonna have to apply through that.
to the shoreline road allowance closure to get the shoreline road allowance.
but we're in agreement if he applies to.
He will give it to him.
Yeah, he's gotta pay all costs.
Yeah,
She would anyway, so
Yeah.
basically the resolution is that we're in favor of receiving parts 8, 12, 13, and 14.
Yeah.
That's it.
yeah,
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
that's exactly.
so when he makes application for parts 5 and 9.
Yeah.
He's going to have to pay the lineal footage on those. then?
yep,
Mhm.
he's gonna have to pay all fees.
Plus all, just all associated costs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, just so we're clear.
Well, I mean, it's monetarily, it's increasing his
So-
property value.
To have the shoreline road.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We're not gaining anything with those few little snippets of land,
Mhm.
because we have a road. It's never going to be a highway in there.
Mhm.
Okay, everybody agrees with that?
Everybody's in agreement with that?
Yeah, well, I'm good with that.
that's what we agreed.
For the shoreline road allowance parts, part 5 and 12.
5 and 9.
Yeah, 5 and 9.
That's the shoreline.
Would it make sense to include part 3 in that as well? That is still part of the frontage on his cottage property.
Well, yeah, if we could look at that. Could take
And
it
that
up
is
to
where
the
the power comes
Yeah.
through there too.
Yeah, but he would have a right of way for that. It could go right up to the road that's there now that comes.
So part 3 would encompass that.
Yeah.
So it would be part 3, 5, and 9 then.
Yeah, because that would make it tidy.
Where's probably.
Okay, we have a resolution. The council for the corporation of the township of Brunel, Dock and Raglan hereby direct staff to propose. Okay. You're gonna have to reword a little bit. To propose the council decided transfers of land to receive parts 8, 12, 13, and 14 at no cost to the township. Further, should the Resident wish to purchase the shoreline road allowances, parts 3, 5, and 9. Applications will be required and all associated fees would apply.
Mhm.
Can I get a mover for that, please? Moved by Councillor Beggs, seconded by Councillor Capel. Any comments or questions?
Nope.
Okay, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Yes.
Motion is carried. Okay. We have a special events application with a resolution that Council for the Corporation of the Township of Brunel, Lindock and Raglan hereby approve the special event application for the Twin Music Festival 2026 on the condition that the requirements as depicted in the special event bylaw are completed to staff satisfaction no later than July 1st, 2026. Can I get a mover for that, please? Moved by Councillor Banks, seconded by Councillor Caulfield. Any comments or questions or?
No.
It looked
I
okay.
looked through everything, yeah.
Okay, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? None. The motion is carried. We have a resolution that from the Pam Rapids Public School request for the community center use that Council for the Corporation of the Township of Brunel, Lindock and Raglan provide further direction on the matter. Moved by Councillor Caulfield, seconded by Councillor Keller. Okay, so everyone has read that. We have a staff report.
All right, through the mayor, so the school has requested the use of the BLR Community Center for a grade 2-3 class trip on June 10th, which game one will be running for them. Upon researching other lower tier municipalities, standard of practice varies. Some offer using a grant program allowing for free usage. It's very specific to each municipality, how much and when. Most municipalities offer the school's usage at a reduced rate as decided by their councils, and some municipalities have the reciprocal agreements.
Do we have a reciprocal?
We do not.
Yeah, we talked about that.
We talked
before.
about it, but
We
we didn't.
tried and it never came to fruition.
Does anybody know for Maya's event last year when we used the school? When they used the school, did they have to pay for it or was it given to them for free? They used the grounds over there.
I can't remember.
I believe council had passed a resolution to lobby the school board to allow free usage that day,
Okay,
and then it was granted.
okay.
So reciprocal is based on each separate event.
When they come to skate, do they pay?
Council passed a resolution in January allowing them free use of the ice surface without a site attendant, without our staff being there.
Okay, yeah, I remember that. I mean, I don't mind them using it, but when we go back to them, it's such a big ordeal and they can't let anybody, we can't use it and this and that. So I wouldn't have a problem with, sure, and we could use your when we need, but it doesn't work that.
I know, it's tough, but I mean, it is the kids and it's not the
Yeah.
kids' fault that the
No.
school doesn't give it to us for,
Probably more of the school
Mhm.
than anything.
What would it cost if they had to rent it?
Well, they'd be using the hall and the kitchen and the sports surface. I didn't do the math on it ahead of time.
I'm not sure they are using the sports surface, or they
Yeah.
could. Okay.
Yep.
I'm not sure on the particulars for the event. I understand they were doing a portion of it outside on the ball field and in the community center. I wasn't sure about the ice surface.
Ice surface, hall and kitchen is what they've requested. So the whole facility,
Whatever the hours.
9 till 2.
6 hours.
Like,
What's it cost?
Yeah, what would it cost to
Do the
clean?
cleanup and stuff, what's that cost us?
Like, what if they paid the cleaning?
50. The hall's 30.
For cleaning,
No, that's rental rates.
rental?
Yeah,
That was a 6-hour rental, you said?
yeah,
like,
5.
Must be $250 for the ice surface. And $150 for the hall.
Plus the kitchen.
And the kitchen was a flat rate for, it was 100, wasn't it? So I'm gonna tack another 100 on top of that.
Gonna be
500.
500. What's council's thought?
Adults, I can see it, but when it comes to the kids,
when
it's
it comes
tough.
to the kids, yeah.
The tough.
Well, the
Decision.
thing is,
Some of
though,
the kids have her.
we could do a reduced rate because we have to cover cleaning
Yeah.
and
Cleaning would be the big thing.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. What if they just paid the cleaning fee?
What do you think cleaning would cost?
It'd be, that's the ballpark. It depends on what nest they leave, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to judge what it
Yeah. Say 2 hour.
could be 2 hours, could be 4 hours of cleaning.
Yeah,
So
what is 4 hours of cleaning cost?
it'd be probably a couple $100 cleaning supplies and staff labor, right? So
I was thinking if we get
least
to them at a
$200 for us.
reduced rate of $200 to cover costs because there'll be electricity and there'll be,
Yeah,
you know, like,
I can
Nothing
see
is-
that, yeah, cause,
yeah.
you know,
Cause we don't have a specific reduced rate based on like a percentage of whatever.
Nonprofit organizations get a 25% discount.
Okay, so $500 of 25% off would be more than $200.
so would 200 cover the cleaning approximately? I'm good with 200.
So they're 9.
Yeah.
You need a motion?
Yeah.
So what do you guys think? Are you thinking 200?
That's kind of what I think everybody was needing to. It's
I mean, we
Cover
don't,
costs of cleaning.
well, it helps with the.
I mean,
cost.
we want to have, you know, the kids use it,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but we don't want to have to cover the costs when it's a school event.
I think that'd be fair.
I think so.
No, if you kind of rounding things, it's like $3 per kid to come. If you say there's 30 kids in a class.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the municipality is stuck with costs too.
And we're trapped, we don't have choice, so.
Yeah, I mean, and that's way,
Cleaning.
yeah, and that's way more than the reduced rate.
So don't the cost is the same, whether it stands there or not,
Or be used.
but when it's full and used, it costs us money.
That's right.
Yeah.
So it's an additional cost on
Yeah.
top of the fixed cost.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking $150 or $200, so I'm okay if you guys
Yeah.
agree with the $200.
Yeah.
I'll go with that. It'd be nice if you could just do it for free. But I still don't,
Refresh that, there you go.
yeah, if we can.
11.7.1.
Okay. So what happened to the old motion?
We just passed that as further direction and then.
Okay,
I
so
just-
this is the direction.
Yeah.
Okay, so we now have a resolution to deal with the direction, which is the council for the corporation of the township of Brunel, Lindock and Raglan hereby approve the Hammer Rapids Public School use of the BLR Community Center at a reduced cost of $200. Mover, please. Moved by Councillor Banks, seconded by Councillor Keller. Any comments or questions?
No.
I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Yes.
Approved. We have a severance application. And we have a resolution, the council for the corporation of the township of Brunel, Lindock and Raglan hereby approve the land severance application B 034/2026 from Cheryl and Michael Hutter for the creation of a new lot, providing that all the conditions as listed in the County of Brantford Planning Report concerning this division of land are met. Can I get a mover for that, please? Okay, moved by Councillor Cottle, seconded by Councillor Quad. Any comments or questions? We'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? None. The motion is carried. Can I bring one more thing up under new business? Okay. We, at our public meetings, for the zoning bylaw amendment, everyone was upset and I mean understandable about the mineral aggregate designation. And I was wondering if our council should come up with a resolution to petition the Minister of Natural Resources and our MP and MPs and that to look at updating that resource map.
But what we were told, I think at the meeting is for us to do that, we were gonna have to pay for the study.
No.
Or wait till the official plan amendment update.
No, but if we wanted that to update the maps ourselves, but there's nothing wrong with us.
Well, we can ask.
We can ask the minister if they would update it.
To do the update, you have to do the study, right?
Yeah. Because when was it done? We'd have to find out.
The mapping?
Yeah,
I'm not saying this, that's the thing is, yes, as long as I've been real nice, the maps is bad at it, then.
Yeah.
I look at some of the old maps and they'll say.
Yeah.
Like the forestry, the way the forestry map, it would be just the same, I have some old maps. Like that, then.
well, think about it. Till our next meeting.
No, it'd be fine to ask and, you know, it costs nothing to ask the question.
So I went ahead after the public meeting. And I kind of drafted a resolution, a motion in regards to, so I had submitted it to Tammy.
Yeah,
She did type it up in regards to all the concerns that I heard from residents.
Yeah.
And I laid it out as, and thanks to Tammy for typing that up and to staff. But if council wished for that resolution, I think we'd have to bring it to the next meeting.
yeah, you'd have to,
But one is prepared.
good.
Yeah.
Good, because I think,
So let's, you want to know that about the factor?
well, we can bring it to the next
Yeah, okay.
meeting.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's already done,
Okay.
but yeah. So it covers the areas. I know there was some concern, I guess those things are kind of supposed to be looked at, of course, when you update the official plan, so, but, I didn't see no harm in that, in the ask. I mean, it was a concern of residents, and I'm sure it's maybe even an oversight of a lot of municipalities in Ontario to regards to the buffers, right? So it's something that's easily missed when you simply look at 100 pages information.
Yeah,
So yeah, so yes, something's prepared and we can bring it to the next meeting.
Yeah,
then.
the buffers are one thing, it's the actual mapping of the aggregate piece.
Yeah, and I-
Buffers are one thing, the mapping is a separate piece altogether.
Yeah, and part of the resolution kind of referred to two different points of that, so.
It's really to determine whether there's aggregate really
Yep.
where we're talking about.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, part of the ask of the resolution is to update the provincial map.
and I wonder if they would ever get to the point that they would do a study where they would classify the aggregate. Because I know I'm going way back now into the eighties. And when we were doing zoning bylaws, and agricultural land was classified and had all these buffers and restrictions. And they changed that to, I think it's only, it was class 1, 2, or 3 that would be shown on a zoning map. Because, I mean, this zoning for agricultural land here,
Yeah.
we don't have agricultural land.
Right.
Yeah, and so it could be the same with the aggregate.
Yeah.
There might be some good aggregate deposits, but there may be some that's just, you know, small that.
Yeah.
It definitely hasn't been looked at recently. That's
Oh,
No,
no,
no.
for sure. I mean, and it's easy for senior upper levels of government to simply make legislation and then, lower tiers and municipalities are simply supposed to swallow it without, I would say proper
So the
consultation.
buffer zone definitely comes from the province.
Oh, absolutely.
It's
It
a
comes from
Oh,
that,
yeah.
right? So, yeah.
Provincial policy
Provincial
statements.
And I get where that would apply if your aggregate is beside a city,
Yeah,
or you're, beside a subdivision.
yeah, that's right. If you're close to a
You need to
major,
spread out those buffers to make, sure if you have to do blasting or something,
yeah,
that everyone's safe.
that's right.
But doubling the buffer was already considerably larger in my view. It was
Yeah.
big enough,
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
but
Yeah.
to
That's
double
right.
that now, it overlaps in some
Yeah.
ways.
Yeah, well, the circle only gets
Mhm.
bigger, right? So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to bring that up
Yeah.
because that was something that we had said we would
Yeah.
bring back to the council table, so. Okay. Financial reports, resolution that we, the council for the corporation of the township of Brunel, Lindauch, and Raglan accept the year-to-date budget variance and the monthly expenses summary as presented. Can I get a mover for that, please? Moved by Councillor Quad, seconded by Councillor Banks. So everyone's looking at the
Mhm.
Yeah.
reports. Any comments or questions or?
No, my part.
I don't see anything that's jumping out that's any different, so we seem to be trending along pretty good.
Yeah. Transportation services still has lots left, but we're just getting into construction season, so.
Yeah,
That is correct, and I'm happy that council didn't cancel out the July meeting as we have a tender for asphalt closing. So
Okay, good.
That'll be coming up.
I seen it in the paper there today.
It'll be interesting to see it back on the back
Yeah, I'm almost a little bit.
Yeah,
because of the prices.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and no comments or questions? Call for the vote. All those in favor?
yeah.
Opposed? None. The motion is carried.
So far, so good, and thanks for doing a good job.
Yes. We have a resolution for our tax rate bylaw. That we, the council of the corporation of the township of Brunel, Lindauch, and Raglan, hereby adopts bylaw 2026-30, being a bylaw to approve the 2026 tax rates, having been introduced and read a first, second, and third time and finally passed. Can I get a mover for that, please? Moved by Councillor Keller, seconded by Councillor Quad. Any comments or questions? I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Yep.
Opposed? None. The motion is carried. We have another bylaw to appoint a municipal bylaw enforcement officer. We have a resolution that we, the council for the corporation of the township of Brunel, Lindauch, and Raglan, hereby adopts bylaw 2026-31, being a bylaw to appoint a municipal law enforcement officer, having been introduced and read a first, second, and third time, and finally passed. Could I get a mover for that, please? Moved by Councillor Quad, seconded by Councillor Caulfield. Any comments or questions? Call for the vote. All those in favor?
Yep.
Opposed? None? Motion is carried. Okay.
And just before we go into close, I just want to give a thank you to our volunteer fire department. I realize that last Friday was a very busy day for
Yes.
yous, and for all of Renfrew County, what I read, so thanks
Yeah.
again for your work.
A lot of in-kind stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a very interesting weekend, to say the least, and I tried to leave town for a couple hours, and it seems that everything just flew to pieces. So.
The wind blew through.
The wind blew through,
And it did.
Yeah.
we got back as fast as we could. We had Dale did a great job at organizing our crews and keeping everybody in order while I was away. So that all worked out well. We had some equipment problems that we resolved Friday night yet and into Saturday morning, and we were back responding to a number of calls Saturday and even through into today already. So it's been a busy week.
Yeah,
But like you mentioned, job well done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
thank you to all your crew.
Yeah.
Okay. We have a resolution that we, the council for the corporation of the township of Brunel, Lindock and Raglan, go into closed session pursuant to the Municipal Act 2001, section 239. Sub 2, for the purposes of 4 items under subsection B regarding personnel matters about an identifiable individual, including municipal or local board employees. Can I get a motion, please? Moved by Councillor Quan, seconded by Councillor Banks. Any comments or questions? All those in favor?
No.
Opposed? None? The motion is carried. I need to go find a clean. Allergies,
Yeah, it's bad for me too. on
Sure.
stuff.
okay. We have a resolution that council comes out of close at 9:17 PM. Can I get a mover for that, please? Moved by Councillor Quad, seconded by Councillor Banks. Any comments or questions?
Nope.
I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Yep.
Motion is carried. In closed session, council received confidential information regarding personnel matters regarding identifiable individuals. We have a resolution from closed that council for the corporation of the township of Brunel, Lindock and Raglan hereby direct the clerk treasurer to proceed with direction given in close. Could I get a mover for that, please? Moved by Councillor Banks, seconded by Councillor Keller. Any comments or questions?
No.
I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
No.
Opposed? None. The motion is carried. We have a resolution for a confirmatory bylaw that we, the council for the corporation of the township of Brunel, Lindock and Raglan, hereby adopts bylaw 2026-32, being a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of the June 3rd, 2026 regular meeting of council, having been read a first, second, and third time and finally passed. Could I get a mover for that, please? Moved by Councillor Caulfield, seconded by Councillor Banks. Any comments or questions?
No.
Call for the vote. All those in favor?
Yeah.
Opposed? None. The motion is carried. We have a resolution for adjournment that this meeting adjourns at 9:19 PM. Mover, please. Councillor Banks, seconded. Councillor Keller. Call for the vote. All those in favor?
Yeah.
Opposed? None. The motion is carried.